Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have the Unexplained with William Shatner. This is kind of a docu-series uh, based on mysteries and unknowns and the unexplained. This is a series that ran from 2019 to 2024, but on Disney Plus, there's only season 6 and season 7. Uh, 10 episodes here and 6 episodes there. So this ran. Where else did it run? Yeah, I'm not sure. There is a special edition if you have Hulu. That's only available on Hulu. You can unlock it if you look here. Um, no, it's not there. Oh yeah, there it is. So you unlock the unexplained special presentation. But if you want to watch 16 episodes, well, you got that here. And it covers a whole range of different things. You know, the whole UFOs and what lurks under the earth, or just all different theories and ideas and stories we've been telling ourselves for years that of things that could be possible. And things that we wish are possible, and things that we really hope aren't possible. The episode I chose an episode. I usually pick the very first episode, especially if it's a series that has a pilot and everything else. But we only have season 6 and 7 here, so I picked the first one that looked interesting to me, and I love time travel. I love time travel stories, and we get these stories are nothing new. It's man has considered such possibilities for centuries. The idea, the hope of doing that, it's the idea of H.G. Wells writing a story about a man creating a machine in the age of industry, creating a machine that could take you through time, backwards or forwards, and discover civilizations that were and were to come. Who knows what you could find if you could travel through time. And H.G. Wells' story is not the only speculative fiction. There are a number of other stories involve Nikola Tesla that involve the Philadelphia experiment, where a ship literally disappeared in a green fog from the Philadelphia harbor, showed up in Norfolk, Virginia, and then went back to Philadelphia harbor, and half the people were dead, and they were somehow melted into the bulkhead or something, and they were still alive, like an episode out of Star Trek. We've seen that happen in the motion picture and also in one of the Next Generation episodes. So it's a thing. And yes, Star Trek. William Shatner. Come on. There are surprisingly no scenes of him jumping through the Guardian Forever, or going to the city at the edge of forever, or anything else. We don't see any references to that, even though there are visual references to Doctor Who and Star Wars. I don't know if he made a deal or was like, we're not showing any Star Trek clips in this when I was younger and thinner. I'm sitting on a chair for this entire episode or this entire season. Deal with it. I mean, he is, in his 80s? He's up there. I've seen him a few years ago at Star Trek Las Vegas, the convention there. He's still very much Shatner. But anyway, he basically just throws out these concepts and ideas, and it's scripted. It's not like he's coming up with this stuff, but he asks the questions. What if this, and what if that? And here's a story that is kind of mysterious. Oh, the Vatican might have a time machine hidden in the basement. Sure, why not? There's all sorts of different stories. There's some that I hadn't heard before, and I love time travel stories. So this was unique for me. I'm glad I chose this one. And do I believe any of it is real? No, I don't believe it. I would like to be wrong to a certain degree, because a lot of the points they make in this is that if we could change, go into the past and change it in the wrong hands, that the kind of people who would have the access to this kind of thing would be the most wealthy, the most powerful, and they would do it to make themselves rich. They would do it to make themselves powerful. They would do it to get rid of their enemies, which explains so much about the world we're living in right now. We are in the darkest timeline. Yes, there's talk of the multiverse. There's references to a number of different things. There's even a guy who claims that he was part of the Project Pegasus, which I didn't realize was real. I only knew of the Project Pegasus in the Marvel Universe, in the comics, because it's technically a thing that supposedly isn't real. Marvel could just say, well, it's not real, then we can just use that term and call it a thing. And a lot of some of the more mysterious things that go on in the Marvel Universe are kind of collected and managed at Project Pegasus, or created there. It's been a tool in the past, story tool in the past to explain some things. But in that story with Project Pegasus, this one guy who tells a story about how he and a bunch of other children were all sent back in time as chrononauts to witness major moments in history. And there's a photo that was discovered 10 years before he was born. But as a kid without a face, for the most part, you can't tell any. He could be one of any of the hundreds of people that's standing outside watching, Lincoln's Gettysburg Address. But he claims he's seen George Washington, he's seen the Gettysburg Address, he's seen all these major moments in history. He saw the assassination of Lincoln just to make sure that it really was John Wilkes Booth. Okay, it seems he's deadpan serious about this. Sorry, dude. I'm gonna need a little bit more than a blurry picture. For all we know, that's me. Maybe I was part of Project Pegasus when I was 8 or 10 or something, and I dressed up in that era's clothing and just sort of wandered off into the shot, and you see the backside of my face, and that's me. Honestly, there are photographs that were found like in the 1940s, well before Photoshop existed, that features a guy that looks like he's from the future, from our modern time or even later. He's got funky sunglasses on. He's got what looks like a printed T-shirt and kind of a box camera going on there. I don't even know if that was era accurate. I don't know. But he's standing in a crowd, and it looks real. And we've seen so many other variations of photos that could throw anybody into any sort of era. And with Photoshop and with the advent of AI being everywhere, yes, I could be standing in the middle of Egypt just hanging out with the pharaohs. If I just give it the right prompt. It's just the way it is. It's these days we're past the point. Unless we find something in a sealed tomb, like the little tiny ring that looks like a watch from Victorian era. It's in an Egyptian tomb for 400 years. I don't know. Oh, and the thing in the Vatican, they talk about the thing in the Vatican. It's not a time machine necessarily. Well, it's a machine that views time, views the past and the future. One guy claimed that he used it to watch Mussolini from a few years before. This is in the 1940s or so, or 60s. I'm not sure when he looked back at Mussolini giving a speech. The problem I have with that, and again, the thought is that, energy is never disappears, it continues to flow. And I realize that I'm no physicist, but matter and energy, just because you claim that you're looking at a video of Benito Mussolini giving a speech, it doesn't mean, how would you be watching that? Is there a camera filming that? And why wouldn't the camera, if it doesn't matter where you're viewing it from, what angle you're viewing it from, do you control where? Can you just watch his feet the whole time? Can you shoot video of people, point the camera in different directions? to get to look at maybe the people around. I don't know why you would just be looking at video footage of somebody from a perfectly good angle, just out of nowhere. Like you just figured it out. Like it knew what you wanted to see from the right angle with sound. What's recording it? I realize the energy of my voice right here, the energy of what you're seeing right here, is maybe it never possibly dissipates, but it doesn't explain how it was captured and how that machine is able to project it onto a screen that looks like a 1950s era television. Yeah. So there's all sorts of different stories that come with the fascinating angles of time travel. This looks like a fun series. It looks like you could probably learn a lot, and I'm going to add it to my list, even though there's only 16 episodes, and I'll never get around to watching it all. But definitely, well, if you like Shatner, and again, it's not really injected with his personality so much. It's just he's there, and you're like, hey, that's a sci-fi guy. And it's kind of neat that he is doing this, which is sort of the heir apparent in a way. There's a lot of sci-fi shows like this that are docuseries. His buddy Leonard Nimoy, Mr. Spock, once did a series called In Search Of, which weirdly enough on IMDb, if you look at his Leonard Nimoy's history of things he did, you can't find In Search Of. I'm searching for In Search Of, can't find it. Even when I do search, just Google In Search Of Leonard Nimoy, like Leonard Nimoy hosted In Search Of, it finds that page and it tells me what year it is, but it's not connected to his. It's really confusing. I don't know, but this is kind of a hey, he's doing what his old buddy did back in the 1970s, 76, I think, 76 through 80. 82, 84, 84, something like that. He did a lot of. What are these mysteries? These are crazy stories that could be real. Aliens, Sasquatch. That's what we got here. We got stuff that Agent Mulder would binge watch like crazy when he wasn't watching Korn. Yeah, that's the thing about his character. If you don't remember watching X-Files, but yeah, he was really into that. So. And who isn't? But let's pick tomorrow's episode. 77. This would be cool if this was a Star Wars thing, but I know it's not. I think we've watched pretty much everything Star Wars that has been released so far. Oh, we got a short. This is going to be real fun and easy. We have, from Cars, one of many shorts, Mater the Greater. What makes him greater? Well, we'll find out in this very short. Mater the Greater next on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that. Bye.